Welcome back to Olympus Critics. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a like for the algorithm. That does help the channel grow. I've enjoyed what we've been getting out of the human perspective of this series. We didn't get that in the movies. Mentioned this in the last video. We did not get this in the movies. Only character I could probably say that I enjoyed was Ken Watanabe Shirazawa, which his name did get referenced in this show, in this episode. And it's just been good to see that they're actually getting better at explaining some of the characters. I could be the only person that feels this way, but I do feel for the Kate Miranda character. What we saw in the first episode, she was there in San Francisco. She lost the kids, and on top of that, her father's living a double life. That's tough. So you do feel for her character, and it was a good little conversation she had with the guy they met in Korea. I forgot what his name was. He didn't last too long in this episode, but it was a good thing that she actually got a nice moment with him and Lee Shaw, who they're on a mission with now. They escaped from that place that he was at to Korea. Then they meet the guy who didn't last too long. Pretty cool character. Wish we would have got more time with him. And they got to Alaska, and that's when everything hits the fan. Which I do thought they should have checked that plane a little earlier to see what was going on. You know, instead of going and investigate where their dad was, I would have been figuring out what ripped that plane in half. But I don't think they knew that plane was ripped in half. So I'll correct that. You know, when he went to go search the plane, he saw those claw marks. You know, he was hauling his behind and just didn't get out of there in time. So that's how the episode ended. We'll see how they get away from this frost bark. But with the flashbacks, we got the flashbacks. It was good to see that we got a different perspective on how the humans, you know, saw Godzilla, especially the military. The military, when they saw that footprint, they was like, yo, man, we gonna have to, y'all trying to do research. We need to be trying to take him out. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have been thinking the same thing. Like, you got this big skyscraper looking monster out there. What if he comes to the cities? We not gonna be able to stop him. So they may have did some good, you know, maybe, hypothetically speaking, you know, probably setting that bomb off in his face, even though old girl didn't want that to happen. Godzilla big, man. Like, what he did in San Francisco, he took a lot of people out. Even though he was there to stop those mutos, he took out a lot of people in Hawaii in that first movie. He's a very disruptive balance breaker. That's why I'm Team Kong, because Kong is more of a protector and he's intelligent than Godzilla. So the military, I can't really blame them for doing what they did with something like Godzilla out there. He just don't give a D. Like, get out of his way, let him fight. If you in his way, that's on y'all. So didn't really have a problem with that. So I know she wanted to use him for research purposes, but man, that sucker just too big. He's too big. Even though he's minding his business, he's just too huge. But it was a good episode. I enjoyed this episode quite well. The only thing I didn't like is probably Kiersey Clemens' character. She seems very annoying. Why are you there if you don't want to be around them, but you still joining them on their adventure? And those two Monarch agents. Now that feels like the old movies that we've been seeing, the 2014, King of the Monsters, Skull Island, all of them. Those remind me of those characters in those movies. Wacky, cartoony type characters that are in the movie that suck. That they need to probably, I hope they distance themselves from those two characters, because it ain't working. It's not working. The skinny woman in the jacket, it ain't working. We'll see who this character is that got off this private jet. Will she play a part in the new movie? Because we haven't seen her at all. So yeah, this episode was good. We got a good little moment with Kentaro and Kate Blair. You know, when they hugged it out, when they found out their father is still alive. That was nice to see that they're actually building something with the two siblings, because they didn't have any part of the double life that their father was doing. But I want to see how they escape this frost bark now that it's out in the open. Will it try to take them out, or is it just there because of the planes are in its territory? Because we did see in the trailer that they will encounter this thing during the night. But post comments, let me know what you guys thoughts of episode 3. Did you enjoy this episode? I don't know. I like the human perspective so far in this series. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.